Hey guys, FilthyRobot here, talking to you about the Kraken fight. So this is my least favorite fight in the game. I think it's one of the highest RNG fights. The most amount of just random variance is going to determine this fight. One of the fights the player has the least interaction and control over, and one of the fights you're most likely to lose brothers just randomly for. Let me break it down a little bit, talk to you about what's worked for me and what hasn't, the things I do and the things I don't want to do in a fight like this. So the first thing that happens, you will always be fighting in swamp. You can't avoid that. It always fights in swamp. The spawn location here is really relevant. You can just force the spawn by Alt F4ing repeatedly until you spawn on dry ground. That is the most reliable way to have a reasonable Kraken experience because it's massively different whether or not you're on dry ground versus deep water like this. Here you see me attempting it in deep water. I tried for a number of hours across a couple different days to find a strategy that would work in deep water. If you got a bad spawn, I wanted to say in the worst case scenario, if you spawn in deep water, what's the best way to approach the Kraken? And this is the best way I've found, but it still wasn't perfect. So, all right, you spawn in deep water. What's the problem? Well, to break free of tentacles is a melee attack roll. Deep water, swamp water reduces your melee attack by a significant percentage. So it is harder to break free when you're in deep water, and it is much harder to break free in deep water. The tentacles always target your highest melee attack brothers, which is annoying as hell. What this means in part is that you want to have as many melee attack brothers as you can because you want to be able to break the tentacles loose of them, and B, that you're always going to have the worst case scenario in terms of who gets grabbed. If you ever start the turn, if the Kraken ever gets to go with one of your people adjacent to the Kraken head, the brother is instantly killed. Nothing protects him, Indomitable doesn't protect him, etc. Indom will allow you to not be grabbed by tentacles, but it's not really realistic. The way it works is if you don't Indom everybody, the tentacles grab other people. If you do Indom everybody, they start attacking. That's fine. You can't spam Indom while you're here. It's very stam intensive to break people free. It doesn't really seem to matter about killing the tentacles. It will advance the phases. So there's two phases here. The phase one is the tentacles just grab you and try to pull you. Phase two, they grab and try to pull you, but also attack you. And then at the end of this fight, every time you kill a tentacle, the head takes a small amount of damage. And by the end of the fight, you have to do some damage to the head physically via archers or a reach weapon or something like that to finish the head off. It doesn't seem to actually die just from tentacles dying at the end, but it's the very final portion of the head's HP is related to that. Everything else is related to just the tentacles dying. You can kill the head from whatever stage you want if you can get damage over there. I've had some success with a brother running over to the head with a long axe and just attacking the head for the entirety of that. Every shot you make on the head is a headshot, so it has body armor, but the body armor is irrelevant. The HP pool is relevant, and the head armor is relevant for that. If your brother has the Goblin Trophy, he is immune to being grabbed by tentacles. And if your brother is Indomitable, he's immune to being grabbed by tentacles. All right, some things that I found here. I ended up with this kind of weird layout. I've seen people suggest stunning, bringing stun clubs. I didn't find that all that useful. I didn't find it actually saved me many actions above and beyond breaking people free. The tentacles are resilient, so they will only be stunned for one turn in the best case scenario, same with bleeds. What I ended up going with was goblin pikes and some swords. And my rationale was this. With the goblin pike, I can still reposition one tile and attack. With the goblin pike, I can still break somebody free and still attack, so I can do both those sequences in a turn. There is a bleed, and though the tentacles are resilient, it's still one turn of bleeding. And the Goblin Pike has a melee attack bonus to it as well, so I do get the extra accuracy from doing this. This is another one of these fights where it's not a particularly rush fight. There's nothing you can do to accelerate this. Killing a tentacle just spawns another tentacle. Yes, killing a tentacle does do slight damage to the head, but you have to kill so many tentacles, and the phases advance based on the number of tentacles killed. So getting ahead of a phase or getting ahead on tentacle killing isn't particularly an advantage. It's more about reliably saving your brothers. So a lot of your actions are spent doing this, and how you lose in this fight is you get unlucky. You sooner or later, and it will happen in a fight where you make these rolls so many times, sooner or later you will get to a point where your only brother capable of freeing another brother fails his checks twice or three times in a row or whatever it happens to be, and your brother gets pulled forward and pulled out of position. It's difficult to get people back into position. If your whole team was running Pathfinder, maybe that would be a thing, it'd be a little bit easier, but it's difficult to move backwards once you've been pulled forward. A couple of strategies you can use to approach this. First of all, be very careful of turn order. A lot of the times who you choose to free is going to be based on turn order. You want to free people who are going to act next so they can free other people so they don't get pulled in. Another strategy you can look at is in-doming people who get pulled. So potentially you can back them up, especially if you do things like end of turn in-dom, beginning of turn in-dom with adrenaline, as I'm trying to do here, so that basically you have multiple turns of in-dom active at one cost or sometimes two costs, but basically so you're not getting pulled again. You can allow some of your brothers to be pulled in a clump if possible. So like allowing 4 to be pulled up to the location where Code Monkey is there means I have brothers who can support that. But all these things are imperfect solutions. Stam is an issue here. You need some level of armor because the phase 2 tentacles attack you. You probably notice it here, but perhaps not. I'm bringing brothers in armor that's much lighter than they normally wear. There's a number of Battleforge brothers up there wearing like 115 gear. My compromise was medium weight armor. This gives me the most amount of stamina that I can use while simultaneously still having enough armor to survive the tentacle attacks. The tentacles have reach, so you cannot protect your brothers by moving them to a position. They are vulnerable from any position the tentacle can, within 2 tiles of the tentacle. The tentacles teleport, so it's pretty difficult to find a way to put brothers in a position where they can't be grabbed. Taunt doesn't do anything versus tentacles. It may force the attack. I think when we tested it, it would force the attack on a brother, but it doesn't change who they grab. They can still attack and grab. And I'm not even entirely certain in the end if Taunt actually reliably forced tentacles to attack on us. They seem to attack whoever they wanted regardless. Dogs are pretty bad in this fight. The dogs often will rush the Kraken head and they'll die to the Kraken head. The tentacles, I haven't seen a tentacle grab a dog, so it doesn't seem particularly relevant to any of that. What else? Use swords on the people on the outside. Swords are pretty decent. These are unarmored targets, again, the tentacles, so weapons that do good damage to unarmored targets, such as swords and cleavers, are fine in this fight, but the damage didn't actually seem all that relevant. There are less rolls, I suppose. If you have a very high damage group, there's going to be less rolls made overall in between the phase transition, the turn transitions to kill them, so I suppose maximizing your damage is relevant to some degree, but I lost more damage bringing high damage weapons that couldn't move and attack or couldn't break a brother free and attack than I gained by bringing them. In other words, the compromise for me seemed to be Goblin Pikes, which don't have great damage, but allowed me to both attack and free every single round. It worked okay. It's a tedious fight. It goes on for a very long time. There's a lot of rolls, and it's pretty RNG heavy for that. There's not a lot more else that I can think of to do for this. We tested pretty much every weapon variant type. We tried a lot of different builds. I think I saw a Malros video where he killed it with archers, basically working on the assumption that the tentacles will never grab an archer because the archers have lowest melee defense. But I didn't actually know if that was any faster than what we're doing here. It didn't seem to be massively faster, and it does run the high risk of the fact that if you have 3 brothers who are unable to break other brothers free, that means you are more, it's more important that the brothers who are not the range brothers succeed on all their rolls. And that fight that I saw wasn't in deep water. It was on dry land to a large part. And I don't know what the answer is if you get spawned on deep water. There doesn't seem to be, you can't relocate reliably, and it doesn't seem to be a great way to get around for the fact that the accuracy is so penalized here. So my best case scenario suggestions for this: bring this with fairly late game brothers with very high average melee attack. Go to a medium stamina armor rather, so that you have both enough HP to survive the phase 2 tentacles. These are phase 2 tentacles, by the way. You can see where they have the tentacle like attack thing deployed, but still have as much stamina as you can. And use a mix of reach weapons that give you plenty of action points to both free your brothers and attack, while still giving you as much max stamina and damage as you can. And try your best to use your brothers in a way that will prevent them from being pulled into the head when they get that far back. A lot of your AP and stamina is basically used for getting away from that head if you can. And just be aware that you're very likely to lose a brother here, even if you play nearly perfectly from the fight, because there's just so much RNG on each of these bazillion tentacle rolls that you have to make. All right, guys, hopefully this was helpful for you. If anyone has some super elite strategy that beats the Kraken every time with no losses, even in deep water, I would love to hear it. We spent a lot of time brainstorming on stream. There's a pretty cool Reddit post. Maybe if I can get the link eventually into this video, you guys can read about it, where one of my moderators basically broke down all the strategies we tried, broke down all the kind of advice that chat was giving again and again for all the frequently asked questions, and basically looked at a number of different attempts to to take the Kraken. This was our most successful weapon and loadout strategy overall, from my perspective. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. See you soon. Might there be better weapons than pikes? Hi. Pole hammer. Oh my god. Please. Please, better ideas. Pole hammer is so bad here. Oh, unless you're talking specifically for the head. But the pole hammer, like, versus tentacles is like the worst weapon you could use. Costs you 6 AP to swing it, so you can't free a brother and swing it. And they don't have armor. And it's the whole thing about the pole hammer is it's a worse bill hook that does slightly better versus armor. But it's just a worse bill hook. So the reason why we're using pikes, if you're just tuning in, I feel like this is in the FAQ, but maybe I'm wrong, is that what we're trying anyways, is the pike is only 5, this pike is only 5 AP to attack, which means I can free a brother and still attack on the same turn. That's a really big deal. For phase 2 anyways. I am wondering, what I was about to do was the math on whether or not our reach axe is good enough, because there's almost no armor pen on this, right? Right. So I wonder if this is doing more damage than just the bill hook versus heavy armor. You know, and if you were talking like a pole hammer for just the Kraken head, that might actually be decent. I'm not sure, because it does seem to be like almost pure armor. All right. So we need gear. Kraken ignore penetration, don't know. I don't know where my second Warham went. Was this Pen, was that you then who or not Pen, Triple P who was who edited the file for me? Like, where did my second Warbrand go? I had 2. I mean, we did it with Lindworm juice at one point on the head. Didn't seem that useful. Didn't expect me to keep playing on this. Well, what's the point of getting the fucking spears and trying that if I can't keep playing on it? Oh, don't tell me things like that. Awkward. I did like the ability to project damage. The fact you can't attack adjacent with this is a little bit awkward. And I think I don't know if the 10 damage was actually bleeding or not, although 50 to 70 is a pretty good single hit. You place hexes of existing weapons. Let's see. I was looking to see if I was missing anything. Are we missing our legendary one-handed sword or not? I can live with the loss of a Warbrand to try this again. So, I don't know if we're seeing increased efficiency out of these pikes or not. The projecting the damage is nice, but it's still hard to focus fire the stupid tentacles. I like the idea of having a one-handed sword like the Warbrand and the Knife Slayer sword on the sword spec guys for just the efficiency. No weapon spec efficiency. Maybe pikes and everybody else. Okay. Have it tame an elf. Yeah, that would be helpful. Elves don't sleep things anymore though, so just create a bunch of nightmares. Okay, who's gonna be our boy to hit the Kraken head? What are we hitting the Kraken head with? A billhook or a billhook or the Red Viper's Shield Breaker Axe? There's no way that damage can be better. 60 to 90 versus 85 to 116. There's no way that 40 more armor pen is better. 40% more armor pen. Right, so I mean I can do that math. Let's just assume it's pure armor damage, right? And what's the armor percentage reduction? It's the same. So let's just look at pure armor damage. 85 116 over 2. And that times, what is it, 1.1 for the axe? So it's doing 110 armor damage on average. And what's this one doing? 60 plus 90, so it's 75 times, 1 second, where's the clear? 75 times, 1.5. Oh, it's 112. It actually is better. Wow. Really? You think there actually is damage ignore versus Kraken? Are we hitting the body directly with the axe? Because if we are, this does the billhook does slightly more armor damage than this axe, but the axe is doing quite a bit more body damage. Almost, what, 50% more? 50% more health, direct health damage. So it's probably still the Red Viper's axe. Alright, Smookle is axe spec A. And B, he's not very tanky in terms of melee defense. I like the fact that Pen Pen was lone wolfed. But our highest melee defense is Nobu, I think. We have 45 with the decent attack. It's 45 on Plague Bird, 49 on Nobu, 49 on Super Kamaguru. I don't have to have massive melee attack on the head. I think pretty much anything hits it. And I really did appreciate the it's probably just Pen Pen again, man. Didn't seem great. But I think it probably, oh, we were gonna do a Nimble Brother, weren't we? Shit. Who are our Nimble Brothers of those? Plague Bird, right? That's the one that stands out. High melee defense. Plus 15% damage on a hit to the head. Hits the head every time. This is time for a Brute. Plague Bird the Brute. Alright. With his fancy Plague Bird armor. Not talking about the tentacles, Triple P. I'm talking about the head. This is going to be our head killer. And the head, you always hit head. And the 15% damage to head is always going to be relevant, even with Steel Bro. Anyways.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Hawk Nasty. Thank you for the resub. Alright. Who's attacked besides Pen Pen? Vitamin. And someone up north. I think it was our axe dude, dang newbie. You know. Okay. I have a couple more furs too. I almost forgot to give him the necklace, by the way. It's a new start. No. What would lead you to believe that? The title specifically says late game. I'm sitting in a set of guys with like 500 armor pieces here. Why would you think it was a new start? Chad, it's blind thing. And 30 is very late. Oh well. Okay. Where's my last Wylander hat? Nobu. Super Kamaguru. Where's Pen Pen? Zargi. Fuck's Pen Pen. I don't have enough hats. 18, 17, 15. Stam related. What is it? 160 we're sticking on the heads and the 120 on the nimble. Nimble. Shmookle. It's only 8. Did I lose another? Didn't I have another shit helm like this? 2 of these 207s and a... Yeah, 8 and a 9 are really good for this. Should be on some of our Battleforge brothers. Especially the ones that are going to be on the outsides, like Zargi. So I'll explain this setup and why I'm doing this in a second. Okay. Couple more hats to assign. Alright, then we got these two. I have a 140. These are all huge hats. We can go a little bit heavier on the megas. 31, 30. 12. Where's the other? 15. 7. I think about 107 is fine. Okay, let's look at this. All right. So current game plan for the Kraken head, or the Kraken, is this. We're gonna take. It didn't seem like we had enough HP on our last nimble brother who went to go take the head, so we're gonna do that with Plaguebird. He's a nimble brother, so although he's wearing not a lot of gear, there's a lot more effective HP here. He's got our best melee defense as a nimble brother that we have available to us, with good attack skill, so he should be hitting it reliably. With Brute, it is always a headshot versus the Kraken, with a sweet two-hander to get him there once he gets there. Pike for the early stages to just help attack, etc. I'm running 2 swords on our sword spec guys. These are both Iron Lungs, and they're both sword spec'd, so it should be really efficient stamina usage. Putting them on the wings to try to get as many attacks with a weapon that doesn't have reach on the wings. Sticking the megas also on the wings. They're the least good at saving other people, and this is the least number of points that they save is on the sides there. So the goal with them is that they're going to be grabbed a lot, ideally, and not doing a lot of saving. Now it's going to get all fucked up when I start removing guys. Maybe they should be one in because I'm trying to move the outer layer in. Maybe like that, I guess, since these guys will collapse in on the middle a little bit. Maybe the same here, thinking about it. Because I want these 4 on the flanks. Like that. I've distributed the heaviest gear to the people that I'm most worried about surviving, and the ones who are on the outside. So like, for example, Nobu's an excellent character. I want her to survive. She's got decent gear, and we're going to put her in the center, though, if she gets surrounded, because she can still hit from the center, where the close range ones can't. We're running... I don't think I need to run bandages for this. I'm going to be certainly pissed if someone dies to that, but I don't really want to take the stamina reduction. Stam seems really relevant in this fight. We're rocking about 100 stam on nearly everybody. I think that's about all we have for this. I am almost... anyways, so I think that's about where we're at. Pikes for the fact that you can free somebody and then still attack. With the reach weapon, the bleeds may be relevant, maybe not. I think next time we do this, we'll bring stam potions. Taunt didn't seem to do anything. We're still looking for a strategy that actually works here, but yeah, the goblin pikes really aren't that bad here. Better spawn for us. Do we want to just restart till I get a better spawn? Or like a worse spawn, rather? Get a shittier spawn? Because, I mean, from this spawn, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to immediately move into this range here. Oh, I don't want to switch saves, triple P. How's the goblin pike durability? It's fine. Who cares? So once I beat it, I'd like to take it from the shitty location, beat it from the shitty location, and then just move on with the save file moving forward. Because I want to test, I want to get to the monolith, etc. But B, I want to test out the sword build, right? So I think we crash this and look for a shittier fight location. We don't have to redo the armor setup. The armor setup's saved once you engage. Yeah, Acid Flask is maybe okay. I didn't actually find it that good when we used it the last time. It doesn't do all that much damage. Didn't seem to accelerate it very much. The head is immune to poison. Does that include Limber Acid? No. It takes damage from the Limber Acid. I mean, Acid doesn't do damage to body. It just does damage to armor. And you never have to do chest damage, so I don't know. It did work. It didn't seem very good for us. It was a lot of actions to switch, because the acid throws like a net throws, so it takes your offhand. So it was actions to switch to the poison, or to the acid rather. The acid didn't seem that good to me. No, but I can't triple P. That's what I'm saying. We're going to continue with the save that you modified if we win for this. Because if we win with the goblin fight, that's the point, right? Is to try to hit a consistent. So I'm going to continue forward with that. I tried applying the goblin poison to reduce the AP of tentacles. No, I have not. They have resilient though, right? So they remove effects like that faster. It's an interesting idea. Alright, this looks like pretty shit. We can be fine with this. So I'm a little bit wrong in the formation. It should be, because this one retires back. And that one retires back. Anyways. Okay. Fucking swamp dude, it's so bad. Yeah. Well then. Fuck me. He goes next. Does he still go next? Yes. Still trying to kill Kraken. It's not that we're trying to kill Kraken. We can kill Kraken. We just load till we get a decent, smooth ground and then just go for it until we don't get shitty RNG. We're trying to find a consistent way to kill Kraken without having to do things like that. Fuck. Chat's gonna get pulled in a second here. I don't know why Zargi is going after chat, but it's annoying. I may have to redo the initiative after moving these guys around too. Yeah, what a useless fucking location for chat to be pulled out to, and he can't Indomitable now because he just had to double. Don't know, mind messing, I'm always looking. Oh, he didn't grab chat. Makes no sense. AoE stuff. Not really, no. You can't attack them when they're grabbing you and your guys take... No. The answer is no. Why aren't they grabbing Og? It's really annoying. He's got the lowest melee defense. Or lowest melee attack. They didn't grab Code Monkey either. So both the people that are the people I want to be grabbed were not grabbed. Don't know why. Tempting to try to kill that. Okay. We think it's 4. 4 need to die to get to phase 2. I'm not sure accelerating into phase 2 is all that useful. A little bit. I do like the fact that we can recover the people at high levels of stam. It is possible with Indomitable to get back. 2 ways seem to be pretty good both ways. If you're really isolated, Adrenaline Indomitable end turn, Adrenaline end turn, and then Indomitable beginning of your turn gets you 2 turns of Indomitable basically. Two rounds where they ignore you for the 1, which is really nice. And then the dang newbie. Okay, just a second. Grabs are really inconvenient. We need some of these to pass. It's good. Three, 2, 1. Double fail. Double fail? 71 and 81. Well, just talking about this. That was 4. Thought we got to 4 there. Hakeem's stam's a little low. So is Smoogle's. So if we end here, or rather walk 1, then Adrenaline, then Indomitable, should be okay. Can't even move 1 tile now though. Maybe not okay. Didn't do that right there. Real low stam on Plague Bird. He only gets 1 check here. Needs to recover if he can. That sucks. Maybe should have moved with chat. Alright, so we got a couple attacks. No boost, about half stam right now. This guy's still Indomitable, which is nice. That's the double we're talking about with Adrenaline. 2 turns of Indomitable for the 1. Alright, what is this? 11, 10. This is Plague Bird on low stam, still can't recover. Oh, he's grabbed. Shit. Ugh. $41. 41 and we get stuck and die with that? I don't think so. Should have Adrenaline there. Don't know why I didn't.
You have returned.
Damn, 23 months. Next month will be 2 years.
Thank you, Sir Skidmore.
You're one of my favorite content creators, Filthy. I love the shit that you do.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Cheers for that. That's a really sweet message. Alright, we'd like to kill something here. Playbird really needs to recover. Okay, so this is don't get grabbed. Nine and 8. Oh no. They're all gonna get grabbed. Told you I should have Indomitable fucking Og. It's gonna be a shit roll on any of these. Oh, that's lucky. Could have moved and tried there too, I guess, but getting quite dangerous here. Yup. I don't know how we get them out again. That's the issue. Like, it doesn't seem very easy to do that. So chat has about 3 rounds of Indomitable, 2 rounds of Indomitable, right? It's 10 extra per. Oh no, it's just, no, I lied. He's got that round of Indomitable, that's all he's got. So I can double Indomitable here with Adrenaline. Does it even save me anything? If I Indomitable this round, it's 25. And then it's 25 the round after. Saves me action points. If I what? Do I want to walk away here? Why not Adrenaline without? Well, I would clearly not Indomitable this turn if I did it. Just trying to decide if it's better to Indomitable this turn or Adrenaline. It's Adrenaline. It's just better Adrenaline, right? Yeah. Spread out right now with getting double grabbed over here. Like, it's so shitty when like one guy gets grabbed and then like you can't ever get back from it. I don't quite know what to do about that. Still, it doesn't seem like a great solution. So like chat's fucked. It's like 100% chance that they grab fucking chat next round. So what, next turn I Adrenaline recover here? No, next turn I don't have Indomitable, so I can't do that. Fuck, I don't even know. There's a sequence there, I'm just not seeing it. Okay. So annoying. Fucking swamps. What are we doing with chat? Chat's just screwed, right? Is it better to be closer? Like, this guy has his own problems. This guy might be able to help. Not gonna have any stamina to do it, but maybe. I think it is better to be 1 tile closer. Take your entire turn to fucking do that. Alright. How many billion grabs was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 grabs. Phase 2, I guess. Was he indomitable this turn? He was, right? So this is a recover adrenaline turn. All right. I think that Megas getting grabbed are like the only ones who have a chance of getting away, like realistically. So much work to get a single fucking tile away. It's amazing how powerful the 115 armor is. It's basically the right armor, 115 and Direwolf armor for this. Is he entangled? He's not. And it's definitely the best nimble. It's definitely the early best nimble armor. And it's also good in the Kraken fight. Like, it just seems so powerful to me. Use it in so many different places. All right, are we going to try to start getting... Who is it? Plaguebird? Who needs to be closer to them? Plaguebird's over here. He needs to start moving. Go. Take him like 12 turns to get there. Chat was saving that one. Oops. There's a free kill there. I didn't need to take the shot there. So this is chat. Chat's in a fine location. Schmookle needs to recover this round. Zargud's already attacked once. That's fine then. Go. Plaguebird needs to move. To recover first though. Okay. So we did just see something cool there, chat. A tentacle died to bleed. It took damage and it didn't get to grapple that turn. So that's interesting. Haven't seen that before. Both fucking entangled. Does he go first? Dang newbie. I really need to get Plaguebird moving. There's one entangle near me. Can fail. Dang newbie's got pretty good attack skill though. Chat gets a full turn if he wants it. Really like the idea of kind of clumping up here a bit more. 2 points of contact is like, you want the buddy system here for sure. All right, Hakeem could recover here. Zargi's already used one attack. Og wants to go to there. Sweet. Managed to get 3. It's taken us 6 rounds to do it, but we managed to move 3 tiles further away from the Kraken with this. Alright, Plaguebird's going to recover this fight, or this turn. And I'm going to start moving him next turn if at all possible. I think I need Dang Newbie's stamina. Okay. I'm not hating the pikes. The pikes are decent. Two attacks this round is a lot. Did a lot of damage to us. This is Plague. Don't want him. I don't want to. I want to move Plague. Wish he had Pathfinder. The Blueberry Hunter is really what we'd like. We'd really like a Blueberry Hunter next playthrough for this fight to hold the axe. It's just so much faster. It's 3 tiles instead of 2 to get to the Kraken head in this phase. Wait, why is... Oh my god. Why is Dang Newbie going after Entangled Nobu? Fuck. I don't want to be spending this turn freeing people. Get more value out of later recovers, but I'm always just, that max stamina is so important. Like, having the banked stamina to indom if you get dragged out this far seems so crucial to surviving. It's not the movement off the Goblin Pikes, so that's okay. It's the ability to attack plus break your ally free. Double fail there is pretty bad. Why did that one go so late? Plaguebird stuck doing babysitting again. Maybe I can get 1 tile on Plaguebird. Fight. Nobody's out of stam. Henpeng can kill some stuff here though. Potentially. No, why are you going now? Fuck. Why isn't chat going ahead of him? You know what that is? I'm almost certain it's because that tentacle grabbed chat late. Wow, good roll, I guess. Oh my god. If he hadn't rolled that, he was dead. I was gonna make a joke about chat failing to check to break him free, but no. They didn't even get a chance. The turn order just nearly killed one of our guys. A lot of grabs on our front over there. It's just a lot of grabs in general here. She's starting to accumulate quite a lot of damage over here as well. 3-7. The problem is neither of the megas are really capable of breaking people free, so we have to get some good rolls here. He needs stamina so badly. I guess I get Indom next turn too, so I'm okay for a round. This means Super Kamaguru is getting grabbed this turn because of the chat fail. We could try to rotate. Nope, double fail there. That's actually triple on that too. So what were our chances there? We rolled 3 times. It was a 51, a 61, and then whatever Zargi rolled on earlier. God, it's just so fucking brutal. How much stamina it takes to move through the swamp. Okay. And that's another body shot on Dang Newbie, who's dying. Failed the roll there. Failed the roll there. So Nobu's going for a ride. Fuck. Don't have enough. Oh, this is Zargi. I wonder if they. Code Monkey can't move. Can't protect himself with Indomitable and doesn't have enough stamina next turn to do anything. So I think that's a kill on Code Monkey. guess there's enough people there. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's okay. Why don't I use taunt? Need someone to spam the FAQ at him. Smeagol just failed both rolls. Rolling on the wrong one anyways, it turned out, so it's okay. Standing out in the front lines here. A lot of rolls. Do I need to adrenaline and indom this? Maybe. Getting pretty close to that hungry Kraken head there. I wonder if I want these back guys going for a ride or not. I think maybe I do. Nine, 6, 2. Not grab though. I'd really like to recover here. Whoa, 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 what happened over here? Chat dies. Can't get him away. I don't even remember, didn't even know he was grabbed, I guess? Did I recover? No, we just didn't go ahead of him because of the stamina. Fuck me. Oh my god, chat. This fight is so RNG heavy. I can't, maybe I'm not a good enough player to do this. I can't seem to account for the changing stamina based on the, like we've been fucked twice by the tentacles going in weird orders. We had slightly more stamina, we could move to there, but slightly more AP. Because he's in the swamp. If this were just regular terrain, no, 6 we couldn't do it either. The tentacle is blocking the locations I can move to. This is adjacent to the Kraken. Dead, dead, dead. Mega's already finished his turn. It's 3 turns off. You get eaten by the Kraken. Turns out Indomitable doesn't do all that much versus the Kraken. Right? Like, am I, is there anything else, Magris, that are there other, I call upon you, chat. Is there anything else you guys can think of that is relevant to minimizing the RNG in this fight? Any other weapon combinations that we should be trying? Or armor combinations or anything else? Pole hammer. Pole hammer on the head, sure, but we haven't even got to. We have a guy dedicated to killing the head, and we haven't got there. Really, what we want is we need a Pathfinder, bro. This is probably the only fight that needs Pathfinder in the entire game. Now that they changed Monolith and changed Goblin City. So the Blueberry Hunter just becomes like super helpful, right? I built Pathfinder on three guys: the Lone Wolf Archer, the Bannerman. The Bannerman's got 49 melee attack, and the Blueberry Hunter. Banner's useless in this fight because he can't break anyone free. Crypt Cleaver. I had Crypt Cleaver damage in there at some point. Let's look at Crypt Cleaver real quick. I have it in the damage spreadsheet. I'm kind of curious. It's a 4 AP attack, you said? I don't remember actually doing that much damage. Crypt Cleaver. Actually hits fairly hard. It's a two-handed weapon, but what's the Goblin Pike doing? Doesn't have reach though is the issue, right? Yeah. These things have bleed resistance, so they only bleed for one turn. The problem with, I think I already answered you on this, Hawkeye. The problem with hybrids is that hybrids have no melee defense, which means the tentacles target them in this phase and annihilate them. This was close. All right. I'm out of ideas, chat, for minimizing the RNG. It's just sooner or later we hit these strings of 3 or 4 that don't break, or these initiative changes, and we just get pulled out of position. We can back up a little bit with the megas, but the non-megas have a really hard time backing up. Don't troll me, Sixsock. Alright, I'm gonna grab water. I guess we're gonna take this fight. I don't really want to lose anyone in this fight particularly. I mean, we can lose, chat. It's not the end of the world. It just wrecks our cultist chances. It's pretty unlikely we're gonna get the cultist stuff, but it'd still be fun to have it. Chat's definitely the weakest of our characters. I love how they didn't grab Smooko. Last round I deliberately didn't, just recovered on him so that he would be alone and pulled forward, and they just didn't pull him forward. I don't think we recover from this spot, but we'll see. Dang, newbie is really close to dying to a tentacle too. Necro hat, good on nimble, never looked at ratios. We have some nimble sheets, you can check it out for yourself if you like. It's okay with, it's an answer that I've given a lot before though. So the way the nimble, the reason why this hat is okay is because this particular character has Iron Brow. With Iron Brow, this hat, of course, is basically more tanky than it is, so I can transfer HP to its body by taking a lighter helm and getting a higher nimble percentage. We're actually, on this one, it's not even that good because we're at 12 of the possible 15s, so we're at max nimble, but it's a gear thing right now. We don't have enough gear to respec everybody into light gear for this fight, so we're making some compromises. I don't want to move closer to the fucking Kraken's head, but all of these guys are grabbed. Are we living with chat being dead? I don't know. I mean, the goal of this was to test to minimize the variance in a deep swamp scenario. And right now, my advice to everyone playing this is actually just fucking reload. Just retreat, reload, or whatever the hell you have to do until you find a spot where it's on dry ground. Because the variance with the stupid swamp debuff is insane. Just so easy to get just totally boned. Plaguebird is my guy with the axe. Yeah, you need to be moving forward, friend. What are we gonna do about that? And it's so funny because it was, I remember being confused when I fought this fight the first time because I'm like, well, they just removed needing Pathfinder from Monolith, which was one of the few fights where reliably Pathfinder would have been super fucking good for you. Why are they now re-adding it to this? I don't mind, I mean, I do kind of mind fights in the swamp, but I mean... Alright, can I get closer to the head? Let's find out. Oh, this guy's trapped still and I didn't break him free. We should definitely do that. Now, all AI units can see people in weeds. You can't hide people in weeds versus anybody. It never works. Or maybe that's not true. We tested it with Geist. Geist can see you in bushes. And I assume if Geist can see you in bushes, everyone can see you in bushes. Pretty sure the... Oh, this is really bad grouping here. Wow. Get fucked. Alright, 8, 4. Good luck, Og. Dead. Oh, so lucky. So here's the downside of the pike when we have minus 15 for being adjacent. Just block my tile I need. Sure, Nerfing. Will you PM me a link in Discord? Okay, standing very, very close to this head. Scary shit. Actually missed the head. It's funny. Do I have to rescue here? Turn done. You got this guy. It's Nobu. Then Og. Then Vitamin. I don't think we have to. team needs stam. Why are you going before my swordsman? Feels kind of bad. Our brute attack. How much damage? 123 damage. Is that realistic? Its armor is hit for 123. Feels like that's low. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if we're getting the brute damage or not. I think we probably are. It's Kraken the hardest boss. It's the most RNG heavy. I don't know how to evaluate hard in this game. There's like, are you geared enough? Oops. Not that I'm complaining, but why have they stopped attacking? Where the fuck did the rest of the tentacles go? So did we hit another checkpoint here? Kraken at 25%? There's less tentacles or something? Because this is a hell of a lot more manageable number of tentacles. Can you puncture it with the dagger and run away? That's brave. How do you get next to it? You end of turn, move in next to it, then puncture it, then walk away? Wow. Brave man. No! Fucking wrong button. Okay, well, we could just lose here. Fine. God damn it. Why are there no tentacles in range of this guy ever? I don't think it's taking damage anymore right now from this. Are we bold enough to go there? Feels unnecessarily bold. Oh Jesus, they started hitting us again. That was a huge hit. That was a chest hit for $1 billion? Fuck was that? It's like a phase 3 now, where they're actively attacking. And I don't know why they stopped for like 10 rounds attacking. did it just take a shot at? Og. In the surround. So they also have fucking reach. So you can't actually surround to protect. Because that one just took a shot at Og. 27% chance to kill him.
Quitters never win.
Thank you, Orfeo Matter, for the resub. Are you sure it's doing damage to him? I don't see damage going down when we kill these. Watch its health total when we kill these tentacles. Did that take damage? Feast of Beast's head hit for 15 damage. I guess it did. Okay. Says in the combat log. Okay. Armor is hit for 123, head is hit for 30. What? I don't think there was any armor left, right? So, are we keeping the chat death? Thanks, Sonia. Yeah, seems to have chat's fine with being dead. Alright. It would be nice to stop doing this fight. Like, I don't mind trying it. I think I exhausted all my ideas to reduce the RNG, and I don't think any of them particularly worked. Still seems extraordinarily RNG heavy. Could take that tile with this guy if I wanted to. I don't know why its Kraken tentacles sometimes attack me and sometimes don't. I hate the fact they have reach. Still got a lot of HP left, actually. It's weird the bar doesn't show it. Maybe I will take that position with Pen. She would fucking die. We'll cut it till he's... I can't actually get out of range with this guy. Chat, you died with my 120 hat. Look at the sword damage compared to the goblin poking stick damage. Those fucking one-handed swords did some serious work. Thank you, Isa. Yeah, chat, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sweet. Is there something you can craft with these?